that we didn't go into detail last time about, which was the idea of the word laysa. Anyone remember what the word laysa means?
Without.
Except.
Not except.
Without. It's not except. Oh, somebody says so.
Laysa. Okay, let's talk about what type of word laysa is before we get started.
Okay.
Laysa happens to be is a sister of kana.
Right.
Okay. Now kana happens to act exactly opposite to what? To inna. Anyone remember how inna works?
It has an ism and a khabar.
It has an ism and a khabar. Very good. So the ism of kana is marfu'. Let me try to zoom in for you guys. I know y'all are.
I got what Lisa is.
You got what laysa is?
It's not.
Is not. Very good.
Oh, yes.
So the ism of kana is marfu' and the khabar of kana is mansoob. Okay, we learned about that. What was an example of kana in a sentence? Can someone give me an example of kana in a sentence?
كان الله غفورا رحيما.
Very good. Kana Allahu ghafuran rahiman. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is or was the forgiving, merciful one. What?
Lam Yasin, right?
Islam Yasin. No, it's just laysa. Yeah. Now, laysa works just exactly like kana works, except there's one difference. There are two differences between kana and laysa, and that's what I wanted to make note of today. The first is that kana has a present and past tense verb form. Example: kana Zaydun maridan. Anyone know what that means? Zayd was sick. Very good. Now, how would I make that in the present tense and say Zayd is sick? Yakunu. So I can say Yakunu Zaydun maridan. And that is true for all 14 tenses. So like kana is the masculine third person. What is the dual third person? Kana. What is the plural third person? Kanu. What is the feminine third person? Kanat. What is the feminine dual? Kanata. And so on and so forth. Okay? It gets a little bit weirder from there. So the feminine plural third person, anyone know what it is?
It's not kanat, no?
No, it's not kana.
No.
It's kunna.
Kunna.
Kunna. Okay? And second person, anyone know what it would be? Like the fa'alta version? Kunta. Kunta for fa'alta.
Yeah.
And then the dual? Kuntuma. The plural. Safi, come on, bro, you're the surf master. Kuntuma. We're talking about male. Kunta, kuntuma, kuntum, kunti, kuntuma, kuntunna, kuntu, kunna. These are the 14 tenses based on masculine, feminine, singular, dual, plural, first person, second person, or third person varieties of kana. Kana also has 14 tenses in the present tense. So we have yakunu. What's the dual going to be? Yakunani. What would the plural be? Yakununa. What would the female be? Takunu. What would the dual be? Takunani. What would the plural feminine be? Takunna. Takunu. Takunani. Takununa. Takunina. Tukunani. Takunna. Akunu. Nakunu. So it's a little bit more tricky because there is a weak letter in kana, which is the waw in the middle, which makes it kind of atypical to normal verbs. But nonetheless, the point to understand is that kana has a past tense and a present tense in all 14 tenses.
Right.
So there's 28 potential verbs from kana that we can make so far. However, laysa on the other hand, laysa has 14 tenses, but no present tense. What does that mean? So, you already told me, Malik, laysa means what? Is not. It actually means he is not. He is not. So when I say Zaydun laysa maridan, what does that mean?
Laysa is not sick.
Laysa is not sick?
I don't. Zayd's not sick.
Okay, Laysa is not sick. We're tired, man. Okay. So Zayd is not sick. But literally it means Zayd. What did I just say? Laysa instead of is not he is, right? It means he is not sick. Right? He is not. Now, if I want to use it for more than Zayd, I want to use it for Zayd and Amir. I can say Zaydun wa Amirun laysa, just like fa'ala. And then if I say Zayd wa Amir wa Khalid, I would say laysu. That's in the Quran. Where's that in the Quran? Laysu sawa'a, which means they're not the same. They're not, sawa means the same. So laysu sawa means they're not the same. And then we have the female of laysa, which would be laysat. Is that in the Quran?
I think so.
Where is it? Where is
I
that?
remember.
وقالت اليهود ليست النصارى على شيء. Laysat is in the Quran. We have a dual of that, which is laysata. And then we have a plural of that, which would be
Laysatna? Laysunna? No.
lasna.
Listen.
Lasna. Lasna. Alright? And then we have the second person of laysa, which would be
Lasta?
lasta. Lasta. Is that in the Quran?
Yeah.
Where? Lasta alayhim bimusaytir in Surah Al-Ghashiyah, right? We have lastuma. We have lastum. Is that in the Quran? Lastum. Lastum. Saf, you're a Quranic index, bro. That's lasta. Lastum. Okay. Let's go. Let's continue. Think about it. If there is, I'm not sure. Then we have lasti to a girl. The dual would be lastuma. Lastunna. Lastu, is that in the Quran? What does lastu mean?
If not me, is not me.
I do not.
I not did not.
I am not.
I am not. Very good. So lastu aliman. What does that mean?
I'm not
the knowing one. I don't know.
I'm not a scholar. Lastu aliman.
I'm not a scholar.
Lastu aliman. Lastu kafiran.
I'm
not a kafir. And then what would the plural of lastu be? Lasna. That's all there is for laysa. Laysa doesn't have a present tense like Ghana. Ghana has yakunu, yakunani. There's no yalisu, yalisa. There is none of that. Okay? That's one difference. There's a second difference between laysa and Ghana. The second difference is that the khabar of Ghana is usually always not good to say. So I'll just say usually mansoob. But the khabar of laysa can be prefixed with a be. Harf jar, meaning the khabar would be in the jar state. Those are two differences between kana and laysa. And usually in the Quran, the simple examples of laysa, the khabar is always prefixed with a B. Let's think about it. In Surah Ad-Din, we have the last ayah of Surah Ad-Din. What is it? Alaysa Allahu bi-ahkamil hakimin. So what is the ism of laysa in Alaysa Allahu bi-ahkamil hakimin? The ism of laysa.
Oh, the ism of laysa. Laysa Allahu.
Allah is not the ism. Allah, lafz al-jalal.
Lafz al-jalala
is yes. The word Allah here is the ism of laysa. What's the khabar of laysa in Alaysa Allahu bi-ahkamil hakimin? Bi-ahkamil hakimin. And it's in what state? Jar state. Why? B. Very good. Elsewhere in the Quran we see laysa. Laysa bi kharijin minha. We have that in the Quran. Instead of laysa kharijan, Allah says laysa bi kharijin. Elsewhere in the Quran in Surah, in the 20th juz, Alaysa Allahu bi kafin abda. Alaysa Allahu bi kafin. We don't say Alaysa Allahu kafan abda or kafiyan abda. So usually you'll see laysa being prefixed with B, as you guys see typically in the Quran.
There was no general meaning.
It was, if there was no harf jar, it would be in the nasab state. So how could we think of two different ways to say the following phrase? Yusuf is not foolish. How could we say Yusuf is not foolish? Laysa Yusufu bisafihin. And how could we say that in another way? No. I mean, don't get rid of the B. I mean, get rid of the B.
So laysa Yusufu safihan.
Very good. Laysa Yusufu bisafihin and laysa Yusufu safihan. In both examples, they mean the exact same thing. So, laysa Yusuf bisafihin. And in this case, the word foolish, safih, is in the jar state. Or I could say, laysa Yusufu safihan, with the khabar in the nasab stage. Both of these are equivalent in the Arabic language. One of them is a little more emphasized, is the one with B. But other than that, the general meaning between the two phrases is the exact same. Alright, those are the points I need to make about laysa before we start today's lesson, because when we read from the beginning of this chapter, we'll see a couple of laysas. Anyone remember what that laylatin means at the top of this chapter?
It's like once upon a time. Once upon a night.
Once upon a night. Anyone who remember what that literally means? That is the owner. It's the feminine of a different word. Safi, what is that the feminine of? Huh? Ooh, good. That was feminine of the Arabic word.
The other notes.
Which note?
The notes. Laysa for the laysa.
Come on, Safi.
I just
One
want
slow, bro.
I don't want to read my handwriting.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened? Can't hear you.
You can't write while you're listening.
No,
Okay.
I was writing. I was just.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in just a sec. I was just messing up. Yeah. Feminine of the word dhu. What did I write? Here.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's one of those.
Yeah, it's those 6 words with 2. I remember up and up. Yeah, up and up.
Hamun Hanun. Okay. That, we learned a couple of things about this word. The first is that it's the feminine of the word dhu. The second thing we learned is that dhata or dhatu means the owner of. Like that. Literally, it means the owner of. And it usually acts as mudaf. Those are the 3 points we talked about with regards to the word that. That laylatin as a phrase means once upon a night. Alright. That laylatin. Let's go ahead and try over the next 10 minutes. We're going to try and decipher the harakat from line number 1 to the bottom of line number 6. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and try that. You can work in groups, inshallah. Yeah, lines 1 to 6 at the least. Try to get through that. So if you don't need the notes any longer,
yeah. Reading it, yes, I'm reading it, give it a good side.
that you can just work with someone so that you get a feel of what we're doing, inshallah. That's fine for him. That's fine.
As I'm going through, I'm also thinking, okay,
I'll send it to you. Inshallah, anyway. I'm just gonna grab my charger, guys.
You need mine? You want mine?
No.
I'm right like a board. I just went through it. I ran through it. I'm definitely gonna have a lot of stuff on though. I don't know how to. Let's check it out. I don't know how to work.
Oh, you put ball back?
Yeah.
I seen the lamb. I seen the hot dog. That's why.
Oh.
So maybe it is.
So I think this is a. I think this is.
Mudaf ilayh is the zest.
Yeah, mudaf and mudaf ilayh. It's for him. That's how I remember it. Okay, so
Yeah,
I think
owner possess.
yeah, I think ghaba is a verb. Okay, and so I think it's a past tense verb.
So what is it?
Lima for what? Or no? And to what? No,
Is it walima?
I don't know. It's could be lemma.
I think it's, I don't know.
Walamma ghaba. Walamma ghaba. I think you're right. And when the moon left.
I don't know what it means. Ghaba, yeah. Just the ghaba, I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. One. That's why I think it's the past tense.
Disappeared.
Verb for left or disappeared.
Well, that is kind of whack.
I guess.
I don't know. No, it's not go.
It's not go.
It's go.
I think it's Kokaba.
It would be in another.
Kokaba.
Oh,
So let me just say the ayah real quick. وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ
there's no ayah.
Yeah, it is right.
No, it's
قال
not.
هذا ربي.
There's قالها. لا قالها. There's no لما قالها.
I know, but what's the actual ayah? What's the... I'm trying to use something kind of cheap.
My English grammar is not my English grammar.
وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ
ولما بلغ واستوى آتينا No, that's true. Are you looking for sure you survive, right?
I'm looking for the ones Hada Rabbi Hada Akbar.
That happened?
The ones right before that.
Oh,
Now, what's the ones before that? I'm trying to remember. Is it not Lamma? I think it might be Lamma though. Is that Lima?
Whatever you were
Lima
down
is
there,
for what?
I'm still up here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're also trying to get Lima because Lima happens like 3 times with this.
Is it Lima or Walamma?
I think it's Walamma.
I'm pretty
Lima
sure
is
it's
for
Lamma.
what? And I don't think it makes sense here.
Walamma.
Alright, let's look up.
So would it be Qabel Kawkabu?
I think so.
Because
So you got Qabel.
wouldn't Ibrahim was
So what's
Lamma?
Lima?
Lamma is when whatever happened, something happened. When they happened.
Ah, it is Lamma really. But yeah.
But I'm not sure what happened.
So that's what I mean. Aba is the verb, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So Qabel Kawkabu, that's
What
the
is it?
sentence, right?
What does Qabel
I
mean?
think
Like
so.
disappeared or went away.
Yeah.
So like, the star went away.
Yeah.
The star disappeared.
So
That's
the
a
star is
sentence.
the one doing it, right?
Yeah.
It's the fa'il. So
Yeah.
it
Should
should
be
be
marfu'.
marfu'. You're right.
And then
And walamma doesn't change anything else, right? It doesn't have any effect on it. It's not what's amila? It's not amila, right?
where
Walamma?
does it say Amil? What's Amil?
Oh, I'm trying to remember the word that shit used on Friday or Saturday. Amila is a word that can change, like inna or kana. They're amila. They change the or ahadjar. They're amila. They change
gave effect to
the
the.
yeah. They affect other stuff. That was the word that Chef used the other day.
I don't remember that at all. Yeah, I'm sorry,
لا
This is not.
ليس is
Mine something.
Is not we and then
Oh, that'd be. Oh,
Yeah,
it's my,
there you go.
oh, it's not my name.
yeah. So ولما غاب الكوكب.
this is
I don't know. Does that sound right?
ولما غاب الكوكب قال
Does that sound right?
ولما غاب الكوكب
Use your
قال
blood. Feel it out.
ولما غاب الكوكب قال إبراهيم ولما غاب الكوكب قال إبراهيم. I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds good. Sounds good.
Because I feel like Ibrahim is like, I don't want to say a byproduct, because that's essentially what lemma is.
Uh-huh.
It's like the B happened because like when A happened. So like what happened
okay.
was that the moon disappeared or the stars disappeared.
Yeah.
So then
Ibrahim said.
Ibrahim said that. So I'm going with Ibrahim being the
I thought Ibrahim would have been the fa'il of all.
I think it's the same. The subject is the or is he the khabar?
But isn't Ibrahim the fa'il of all? That's what I thought. I thought Ibrahim was the doer for
Would that be the
all.
khabar? Would that like the that
That's-
muwakkab, would that be
that's
the
what I thought.
like Qala Ibrahim? Is that the khabar?
Ibrahim
What's the
said.
sentence? What's the khabar of the sentence? Or is there no khabar?
That's a good question. I don't remember. I don't think I was there when y'all talked about lemma and how lemma works.
I'm looking for lemma. I don't know.
You guys have any notes on lemma?
Oh wait, I got it.
Wait, when did we talk about them?
Maybe Tuesday.
Okay, other things that cause
Oh,
jar.
okay.
I mean, jazm.
Jazm?
That jazm state, bro.
What is
Remember that?
jazm state?
It's something for the verbs. Because verbs have their own states too. They have marfu', mansub, well, no jar. It's called jazm.
Yeah, we know.
Oh.
The ends with sukoon instead of kasr.
ولما غاب no.
Okay, no, let
غاب.
me see. That cause it doesn't say lemma,
Well, didn't you go over that last week?
which is what?
Maybe Tuesday. Should have been
On
Tuesday.
the third.
Tuesday.
The third.
Yeah, the third
Last
number.
Oh,
You're here.
Okay. Lemma is when.
Lemma.
But when used in jazm has a different meaning.
When used in jazm,
Yeah, so you look at the word after, but we
yeah.
don't.
it's the
Yeah, it's not jazm say. You'll know jazm say if the verb after it has sukoon in it.
Yeah,
This is
غاب.
it's not غاب.
Yeah, غاب doesn't sound right.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, so lemma when it's in jazm state, negates it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
First,
it.
yeah, right? Exactly. So that's where it is. That's where now. So verbs, fi'ls, can also have states. Usually we only see them, like past tense verbs don't have states. They just what they are. But present tense verbs will have states. So يفعل can sometimes become يفعل. Yeah, so not necessarily that, but like يفعل. Instead of يفعلوا, يفعل. I honestly don't know the other how it works. I don't know how it works all the way. But I know.
Yeah, I think it only does it for the verb. Lemma only affects the verb after.
Okay.
That's it. As far as my notes say, it only affects the verb after. So let's just forget it.
Yeah.
Lemma
Because I think past tense verbs don't change things. Present tense verbs change things.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I just said. And so.
Yeah.
So
It's
just
used
like
to lemma, used to
nouns.
negate verbs in the past tense.
present tense verbs can be in the رفع state يفعل. They can be in the نصب state يفعل. But they don't have a jar state. Instead, they have a state called jazm.
No, lemma is followed by both past and present.
يفعل. Need to double check. This is my understanding.
Lemma is followed by both past and present, but depending on whether it's past or present, it'll have a different meaning.
Right.
So when it's followed by past, it appears as when.
When the stars disappear.
But I think present is like as it's happening. I think it's currently happening.
Okay, that makes sense. As the stars disappear, like if it was a present tense verb,
Right.
that makes sense. Okay.
Like lemma ghaba, so that's when they disappear.
When they disappear, right?
But I think lemma yaghibu would be
يغيب, but it will be يغيب
as they're
disappearing. As they disappear.
No, lemma yaghib.
Yeah, يغيب.
With sukoon,
Yeah.
that means it negates.
It negates
When
it.
it negates it. So when they don't,
When the stars don't disappear. Oh dang. Huh?
Let's just move on to the next one.
Sure.
Let's
So
spend too much time
he's
on
like,
this.
y'all finish the second.
Oh yeah.
Let's
So
just.
I'm gonna go help. I think both of them would be fall.
I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with too.
ولما غاب الكوكب
Yeah. Imagine he just comes in. Everything's wrong, guys.
Ibrahim does not sound right.
For real?
To me.
Oh, that Ibrahim. Because Ibrahim's the one saying. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
That's what I think too.
Unless Lemma does something else, but I don't think so.
it's called Ibrahim.
Yeah.
I'm probably true.
هذا ليس ربي بربي
The next one.
This is, yeah, وراء.
ولا إبراهيم
لا
Yeah, you قال.
This is my room, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's just making emphasis. So like the example he gave was ليس زيد مريض.
Wait, what you actually?
Why is the B? What is the B doing here?
Oh, you know?
Yeah, because the B is a half jar, usually meaning with or if, or I mean with or
Yeah.
You mean something? Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so I was just wondering.
You know,
So here,
I don't think it
for
does.
Lisa,
Rabbi is my Lord.
yeah, it's not with my Lord.
Yeah, okay.
Instead, here B here is just for emphasis.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. Was Lisa?
Not, whoa,
After Lisa, the B is just for emphasis.
this is not my Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
Ghabet, which is feminine, but the Shams is known as
Where? Ibrahim al-Qamara. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's it. What I Ibrahim, yeah.
فقال
This camera is the object.
هذا مصري. Yep, exactly. So that's one
وقال
point.
هذا ربي.
Yep.
This is my Lord.
ربي ولما غاب
Yep. ولما غاب
Okay, it's the one lemma stuff, bro.
Yeah.
We need to find out like
What's going on with Lemma? Yeah, what she comes up with asking?
ولما غاب القمر
Well, like
You gotta be
ghabet.
qamara.
Like ولما غابت. Because
The
like
moon can
ولما
be the moon.
غابت. It's
That
like,
makes
right?
sense.
Remember غابت سكون or غابت. Yeah.
فعلت.
So would that be just mistake?
No, فعلت.
Yeah, so that's just mistake, right?
Yeah, that's not a state, it's just the.
Be the
Where's
first-
غابت?
Yeah, yeah. Right, فعلا فعلا فعلوا فعلت.
Where's غابت? Oh, the last one.
Yeah, because Shams is female.
Is it هذا أكبر?
And in the ayat, it's a sukoon.
Yeah, I know.
You're right about that.
Wait, where's that?
Yeah,
Where's
we tripped up on lemma.
Yeah, lemma is what
I think Shamrayz and Malik probably weren't
Yeah, we
here
were
now.
absent that day.
So I mean, but then I think we just established that lemma, we just ignore it. It's just because lemma only affects the verb after, right?
No.
That's what I'm seeing.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be Kokama, bro. Let's get
This isn't that lemma.
Oh.
The lemma that causes a problem to the verb after. Let's go over that real quick.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't record that class either.
Yeah.
So it's important that we do it briefly.
Okay.
Okay?
Because I got like a page and a half.
Very nice. ذات ليلة.
Okay.
Anyone know why that is in the nasab state?
Because it's mudaf.
Mudaf ilayhi, right?
Mudafs are not supposed to be in the nasab state.
Yeah.
Mudaf ilayhis are not in the nasab state.
Yeah.
It's not mabni.
Man, I don't know, bro.
What does that laylatin mean?
What's
The owner of a night.
Oh, maf'ul fihi.
Maf'ul fihi. What is a maf'ul fihi?
Time.
Maf'ul fihi is something that takes place in a time or that happens in a time or place.
Oh.
It doesn't happen in a time, it's describing the time
Describing the time.
in which something happens. Okay, so in Arabic, when we're describing time, we have to give the ending of the word describing time the fatha
Yes.
or the nasab state. So, example, al-yawma means what? Today. What does al-yawmu mean?
The day.
The day. Al-yawma,
Today.
specifically today. It's telling the time period of whenever an action occurred. So we have to give a fatha to indicate that we're talking about a specific time
Maf'ul fihi.
in which an action occurs.
Something describing the time.
No, that is in the nasab state.
So
It means the owner of, but the muhawara or like this proverb, that's a laylatin, we don't translate it as the owner of a day or the owner of a night. We just translate it as
today.
once upon a night. It would be that too. We studied the hadith, remember? وَرَجُلٌ طَلَبَتْهُ ذَاتُ إِمْرَأَةٌ ذَاتُ. Remember the hadith? A woman who possesses beauty and status. And the word in the hadith was dhatu. Okay. Dhata because it's describing a time period. Dhatu laylatin, once upon a night. Why is laylatin in the jar state? It's the mudaf ilayh. Very good. Ra'a, what does ra'a mean, Arif?
He saw.
He saw kawkaban. What is kawkaban, Safi? What is kawkaban, Safi? Malik, what is kawkaban? I can't hear you, Safi. You might know the knowledge, but no one knows that you know it.
I don't know if it's right.
So what is it?
Yeah.
Wait, guess
Go for
what?
it. Go for it.
Yeah, A star.
A star.
A star.
A star.
Why is it in the nasab state, Arif? Kawkaban. It's the object. It's the maf'ul bihi. It's what he saw. So what he saw deserves to be in the nasab state.
Yes.
Inshallah, Adil, you'll be caught up to speed with these things over time. Because I know it's gibberish to you right now. فَقَالَ, so he said, هَذَا Rabbi. He said what?
This
This is my Lord.
So I had a question. Why
Yeah.
oh, never mind. That's for the last one.
Okay.
Are the videos recorded videos?
Yeah, they're on the playlist. They're live. They're live. Yes, Sophie.
So for the next ayah, it says Biroshi.
Yeah, because that's Laysa. And what did we learn about Laysa? We learned two things that distinguish Laysa from Kana. The first of them being that Laysa doesn't have a present tense. The second point was what? You wrote it down. I didn't write it down. Come on, what did you write? You put in the effort. You should know what you wrote. Don't just mark letters.
I thought the ba was there. I don't know. I thought
What did you write in the second point of your
second
note?
point for the laysa?
Yes.
The khabar of kana usually mansub. Oh.
Yes, mashallah. You got your answer?
But the khabar of laysa can be after the khabar of
Yeah? Makes sense? Okay. Now, we're moving on to the word lamma. Lamma was a discussion we had in great detail on which day? Oh, that was actually last week? I thought it was on the other class.
I have it here on the third.
It was Tuesday. Okay. Lamma in Arabic as of now means one of two things to you guys. The first thing it can mean is what it means here,
Wait, when?
which means when. Okay? The word lamma, when it means when. When the word lamma means when it's describing time, it has no effect on other words.
Right.
You guys got that? It has no effect. However, the word lamma in Arabic can be an offshoot of the word lam. Anyone remember what the word lam means?
No.
No? You don't know?
No. Not.
Not, meaning it negates
Yeah, it negates the verb.
a verb. What type of verb?
Present
A present tense verb, but the meaning, no, he's right. It negates a present tense verb, but the meaning is
Still gonna be past tense.
still going to be past tense.
Oh.
Example, lam ya'kul means
He did not
he
eat.
did not eat. Even though ya'kulu means
He's eating.
he is eating in the present, lam ya'kul means he did not eat. So lamma has two functions. The first function is that it negates the verb. The second function is that it takes a present tense verb and it renders its meaning into the past tense. Where do we all know the word lam from the Quran? We all know it. If you don't know it, I doubt your Islam.
لم يكن له
Lam yalid. Lam yalid. Yalid. The verb yalidu. Anyone know what the verb yalidu means? He is having a child. He has children. He will have children. But what does lam yalid mean?
He did not have children.
He did not have children. So is that past or present in meaning? Past tense. Very good. So lam makes things past tense and makes things negative. Even though the verb after lam is always present tense. Okay? Even though the verb after lam is always present tense. Okay? So lam ya'kul, he did not eat. We will never say lam akala in Arabic. We don't say that. We don't put lam before a past tense verb.
So pretty much we can't let the present tense after that fool us.
Sorry?
Yeah.
No, I said, like, we can't let the present tense after lam fool us.
Yes, into thinking as present tense.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to skip a bunch of grammar stuff you guys missed out on. I'll come back to it in just a second. We said that the word lamma, means the same thing as lam, except it means did not yet. So lam ya'kul means he did not eat. Lamma ya'kul means he did not eat yet. Meaning there's an expectation that he will eat at some point. Right? So imagine if somebody says, did you commit kufr? Did you commit kufr? And you say, lam akfur. What does that mean?
I did not disbelieve it.
But what if I said lamma akfur?
I did not disbelieve yet.
You can't say lamma akfur.
Yeah.
Because that would implicate yourself as planning. As planning to disbelieve. Somebody says, lam azni, I did not commit zina. Lamma azni,
I did not commit zina
Did not
yet.
yet commit to that. Not yet.
alhamdulillah, I didn't yet. Right? I'm still trying not to. So there could be the implication that one is trying to abstain. Or there could be the implication that one is trying to not abstain, but they just haven't had the chance.
It can also mean like
Planning
when,
to.
going to or when it's.
Now, lamma can mean when too, but that's a different lamma.
I'm saying because I say like not yet. So it's gonna happen. Like also when something is going to happen.
That's what
Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, you would say lamma. You would say lamma in such a case. Alright. That is the difference between lam and lamma. But that lamma, how do we identify which lamma is being used? That's a good question. What?
The verb after it. Is it in the present tense or past tense?
Yeah, that's wrong.
Darn.
No, what states?
Yeah, it depends on the state of the verb after it. And that's what we talked about last time.
Yeah.
That present tense verbs have 3 states
Yeah.
that we talked about. The first of them was, Safi?
Present with the verb. What was the question?
Oh, come on, bro.
We just went over
The default state of a present tense verb is the rafa'at state. Okay? The second state we learned about the present tense verb is the nasab state. How do you put a present tense verb in the nasab state?
If it's singular, add a fatha to it.
If it's singular, add a fatha to it,
To the end, yeah.
to the ending. Okay, what else?
If it's dual, drop the dual.
If it's dual, drop the noon. Example, but what causes a verb to go in the nasab state?
I was trying to remember that.
Being the object.
No, it's not a noun, bro.
forgot. There was a specific word.
An, lan, kay, ilan. As you see, these four particles cause a verb to go into the nasab state. Uridu an adhab ba. Uridu an adhaba. What does that mean?
I wish to go.
I wish to go. Which word is causing adhabu to become adhaba? An. Okay. Then we learn about the third state of present tense verbs. It's the jazm state. The jazm state looks just like the nasab state, except anywhere in the nasab state that you would have a fatha, the jazm state has a sukun. Once again, anywhere in the nasab state you would normally place a fatha at the end of a verb, the jazm state would place a sukun at the end of the verb. Example, Uridu an adhaba. Adhaba has a fatha at its ending because of an. In the jazm state, adhaba would become adhab. Adhab. And we see that in Surah Al-Ikhlas. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ يَلِدْ سكون ولم يولد سكون ولم يكن سكون. Safi, are you following?
Yeah, so
This doesn't do anything to the
I mean, depends what's causing the jazm state, right? Lam is causing the jazm state.
yeah.
So what is it? What meaning does lam give? You know what meaning lam gives, right?
It's past.
Past tense negative, right? What meaning does lamma give? Past tense negative up until this point. Now, lamma and lam are both particles of jazm. That means they give the present tense verb afterwards the jazm state. It ends in a sukun. Where'd you learn Quran, Adam? Where'd you learn the qaida? In New York?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the word jazm before? Okay. Safi, neither you, bro. I only had teachers that used to say jazm
Maybe.
instead of sukun.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they'll say spit jazm, man.
Okay.
They wouldn't say sukun. All right. Yeah. Question. Tell me,
Or maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm not
guys.
seeing it.
These.
But like all I'm seeing is that the words that create judgment state, it only says when. I wrote it as when they create judgment state, not that they actually cause it. Like,
So.
Oh, interesting.
I wrote it wrong.
Do they always cause
Because it's like other things that
or
cause
do they
judgment state. It's like lemma when it's used in judgment. And
Okay,
yeah,
so-
when it causes judgment.
Yeah. So. Let me explain. The word lamma, as you know from our chapter in the book, is it causing the jazm state when we say walamma ghaba in your sentence? Is not causing the jazm state. So in this case, lamma is not a particle of jazm.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes the side sack does a particle of jazm, depending on whether it is being used in the meaning of not yet.
So it's not like a grammar rule, it's more like whoever's writing it.
Yeah, whoever's using the word. Just like, for example, wa. What does wa mean, Arif? And. But if I use wa and say wallahi, what does wa mean?
Swear you're swearing by.
I swear by. So it depends on what the user of the language intends by that word. So if I said to you, lamma akul, what does that mean?
I did not
eat.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
But if I wrote that word for you, let me explain.
So if I say whatever log,
No, then it's not being used in the meaning of that.
so it means like when it doesn't go.
You can't say walamma ghab because ghab is not a present tense verb. You can't use it in. You can say walamma yaghib. Yaghib. It would be yaghib, but you got to delete the ya.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, guys, look. Let's look at the following. I'm not writing any harakat just to throw you off a little bit.
Yes.
Okay? I'm gonna say lamma.
Akulu. Or akul, depending on what
Exactly. So lamma akulu or lamma akul. Lamma, I think akul is throwing you off, okay? Okay, so I can say lamma Adhab.
Okay.
So this could say lamma adhab, in which case it means no.
I have not gone yet.
I haven't gone yet. I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Or it could say lamma adhabu, which means guys. Lamma adhabu, is it causing the jazm state?
When I go.
That means it's not in the meaning of did not yet. It's in the meaning of when.
Oh.
So lamma adhabu means
when I go.
when I go.
Yeah.
لما أذهب إلى المسجد
When I go to the masjid.
يكون عارف في المسجد.
Okay. عارف is in the
عارف in the masjid. لما أذهب إلى المسجد عارف في المسجد.
Yeah.
When I go to the masjid, عارف in the masjid. But if I said لما أذهب إلى المسجid, what would that mean?
When
No, لما أذهب.
when
Nope, it's not in the meaning of when now because I'm giving the sukoon to the verb. I haven't gone to the masjid yet. You understand how the meaning has changed? Why is it changed, Arif?
Oh, because of the
jazm state. The jazm state makes the meaning of lamma from when to...
not yet.
There you go. There you go. You're understanding now. So, in the Quran, we have lamma yadkhul. In the Quran, Shamriz, we have lamma yadkhul. What does that mean? Yadkhul.
He did not enter.
He did not enter
Yet.
yet.
Yeah.
So وَلَمَّا يَدْخُلْ الْإِيمَانُ فِي قُلُوبِكُم means
It did not enter.
what did not?
Iman did not enter their heart yet.
Kum. Your hearts yet. Iman has not entered into your hearts yet. But in the Quran, Allah uses lamma in the other way too. Like for example, وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ in Surah Al-Qasas, 3rd page, right side, first line. Come on, bro.
And when
You got it. Something. What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, you know what balagha means. I've taught you that word. We learned it last class together.
It reached.
It reached. So whenever balagha means he reached, ashuddahu, his peak of strength and knowledge. Allah is talking about Prophet Musa alayhi salam. When he grew up, when he reached his peak strength, ashuddahu wastawa, and he got up straight. He stood up straight. He erected himself, meaning he basically became independent. Ataynahu hukma wa ilma. We gave him knowledge and wisdom. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And such is the manner in which we recompense the good doers. So, anyhow, now you have the mechanism to determine what type of lemma you're looking at, and hopefully that gives you a bit of clarity. Any questions on lemma before we never talk about it again?
By now.
Yes, Shamrez.
So there's three main. Oh, sorry.
No, but by never again. You mean like tomorrow? Or
Yeah, inshallah. When I have some more sabr. Yeah.
So basically, there's three situations that you told us.
Okay, what are they?
That when lemma is in front of a past tense verb,
It always means?
it always means when.
Yes.
When lemma is in front of a present tense verb, then it has two situations.
Mhm.
One is the jazm and one is the
Rafa.
rafa' state. Rafa' state means when. Jazm state means similar to lemma, similar to lam, but not yet.
Yes.
And it works in a similar.
There you go, perfect. It's a good condensation of everything we talked about. Nice. All right.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Good idea.
So, وَلَمَّا غَابَ الْكَوْكَبُ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ. Can someone help me translate? لَمَّا غَابَ الْكَوْكَبُ.
When the star disappeared.
When the star disappeared. قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ.
Ibrahim said,
لَا
No.
هَذَا لَيْسَ بِرَبِّي.
This is not my Lord.
Why do we not translate this as this is not by with my Lord? Because what did I say about B?
It's just emphasized.
It just emphasizes laysa bi.
So it is.
Okay.
But it doesn't change like the.
It doesn't change the meaning of this sentence. وَرَأَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ الْقَمَرُ. Is that correct? Oh yeah, I said وَرَأَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ الْقَمَرُ. What does that mean?
the moon side for it.
Yeah, and the moon saw Ibrahim. Of course it saw Ibrahim. What a fortunate moon. It's seen everyone. There's a nasheed that talks about that. About how the moon has seen the prophets. How epic is the moon? If you could talk to the moon, what would you ask it? So there's a whole Arabic nasheed that's really nice about the moon. So وَرَأَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَمَرَ فَقَالَ. What did he say?
This is my Lord.
وَلَمَّا. Can you guys read the next line for me?
هذا ليس بربي.
What happened? What happened, guys?
So when
Moon
disappeared,
Very good. All right, guys, can we do the next line?
وطلعت الشمس.
What does طلع mean?
Rose.
Yes, rose. وطلعت. What do you think it meant?
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, in Ammi and slang, you guys use it to mean get out, right? He got out.
يطلع. هو طلع. طلع.
He basically dipped. That's what it means, right? What'd you say? Hua ish?
طلع.
طلع. Oh wow. There's no sub pattern for طلع. I can't figure that one out. وطلعت الشمس. Why are we saying طلعت الشمس instead of طلع الشمس? The sun is feminine. Okay. In Arabic, the sun is feminine, and the moon is masculine, contrary to every other language. Like in English literature,
Yeah.
the sun is more masculine, the moon is feminine.
Well, why,
No.
why is that in Arabic?
I don't know. That's just how the Arabs used it. There's no real reason we
But
can.
how come they make the? But how come like like one of their moon god is like Allah, like
Allat?
yeah, Allah. Why is that? Why is she like a god instead of a god?
Bro, first off, the Arabs love goddesses. Like the old Arabs, they just love goddesses. Okay? These are all pagan rituals, bro. Can you really rationalize pagans?
Right.
You cannot rationalize anything they do. Okay? Nothing they do makes sense. Okay? Their customs and traditions, they used to kill kids and throw them in the Nile River every year for safety to make sure that the water is happy. Like, yo, we gave up, huh?
Isn't it like isn't it virgin like isn't it like virgins though like
Yeah, it's a virgin girl. They would take a beautiful virgin girl every year and throw her in the river to kill her, because the river should know that, look, man, we gave up a lot for you,
Yeah.
so please don't give up on us.
wow
Okay, who's gonna rationalize this?
I mean
There's no rationalizing gopher. Okay, simple as that.
yeah.
So وطلعت الشمس, the sun rose. فقال إبراهيم. Oh, guys, read.
وطلعت الشمس
قال
فقال
إبراهيم هذا ربي هذا أكبر أكبر
Sorry, I used to.
أكبر. You just said هذا ربي هذا.
هذا أكبر.
Oh,
Just left it right there.
Akbar, because he didn't memorize the ayah with his harakat.
I'm used to saying stop in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, you can keep going, but I'm just used to it.
No, we don't continue in the Quran there. So the sun rose. So Ibrahim alayhi salam said what?
This is my Lord. This is bigger.
This is the
The
biggest.
big Akbar is the biggest.
Akbaru means the biggest.
Wait, why is it
Akbaru means, why is it Akbaru as opposed to what?
Akbar. Just the
What does
font.
Akbara mean?
That would mean
Is that just
Okay,
That be
yes.
maf'ul fi?
No. So let's talk about Akbaru real quick. Akbaru. Where's my Tashilun Nahu? Let's pull it up.
I would have got that wrong because I saw had that before, so I'm like, oh.
هذا
So it's gonna make
what was
sense.
the big one?
Is it just like a?
هذا
Is it just a ishari?
Yeah, Hada does not give the Nasab state, Malik.
What am I thinking? How to do anything to it? Wait, what am I thinking about?
Maybe. That's how they get it.
I think about lemma. Like I don't know.
Maybe in them.
Yeah.
من المسجد.
إن كأن.
All right, guys. Here we are. We are on page number, section 4.3.5. Okay? Comparative and superlative isms. In Arabic, these are called ismut tafdeel. When I say comparative, what does comparative mean to you?
One bigger than the other. One better than the other.
Something used to compare, right?
And analogies.
Yes, to make an analogy or to describe one thing in relation to another thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what an ism al-tafdeel is used for. It's used to compare the intensity of one thing versus the intensity of another thing. So, it's also used for superlative purposes. Superlative just means super.
Yeah, the best.
It's more than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay? So, definition, it is an ism. An ism al-tafdeel, I'm not going to call it a superlative again.
Okay.
Alright? So much so that I forget this word superlative. I call it ism al-tafdeel. Yeah, it comes from faddala yufaddilu tafdeel. Okay? It is an ism which indicates that the quality described by the root letter is found to a greater extent in one thing compared to another. So, what are the root letters in the word akbar?
Akbar.
And what does kabura mean? He was
bigger.
big. Yeah, because kabir means big, right?
big.
So kabura means he was big. Now, if we take those root letters of kaf, ba, ra, which mean to be big, and we put them in an ism al-tafdeel, we put them in a comparative noun, now we are showing that one thing is even more big than another thing. So, for example, Khalidun akbaru min Amrin. Khalid is bigger than Amr. Yes. It can also refer to the highest degree, superlative, of the quality described by the root letters. So we can say Allahu Akbar, which means Allah is
The greatest.
the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Now, if you use it without min in Arabic, okay? If you use it without the word min, which means then, doesn't mean from here, it means then we're using it in the meaning of superlative. So when I say Allahu A'lamu, what does that mean? Allah is the most knowledgeable. But if I said Ana A'lamu minka, what does that mean?
I
I'm
know
more
more
knowledgeable
than
than
you.
you.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying I know more than you on this specific topic. Right? Doesn't mean I'm better, but just on this one topic. Okay? So when we use it with min, it means better than everything. Right? More than not just necessarily better. It doesn't have to be better. It just happens to be more in, not the best. It doesn't have to be a good quality
Okay.
that you're putting in these root in.
Right.
That the root letters don't have to describe a good quality.
Right.
Example, Sheen, Ha, Mim. What do those root letters mean? Shahm. Shahm. Anyone know what shahm is in Arabic? Come on. It means fat.
Oh.
So what does ashham mean?
I thought that was
The fattest.
the most fat.
Yeah. Yeah, Samin has a different type of fat. Shahm means legit chub. So ashham means the chubbiest. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're the best.
Right.
It just means you're the most.
Yes.
Okay? How about su? Anyone know what su means?
Soup?
Yeah, shahm, right? What is su?
Soup?
Yeah,
Oh, evil, right?
evil. So what does aswa'u mean?
The most evil. The evilest.
Aswa'u. So I can say, Iblisu aswa'u khalqillah. Iblisu aswa'u. Means Iblis is the absolute
Most evil.
most evil, right? The worst. Okay? I can say asfahu.
Most dumb.
Yeah, the most down. So these letters don't have to mean something good. We're not saying you're the best. We're saying you're the best at those root letters. Which means you're the best at being dumb too.
Yeah.
Someone could be the best at being dumb. And someone could be the best at being slow. And someone could be the best at akhsaru.
Akhsaru? Khasara? Breaking something?
That's kasara.
Oh, sorry.
Khasara. Khasira.
Khasira.
Khasira dunya wal akhirah. Khasira means to lose.
Lose.
So akhsaru means
The biggest loser.
biggest loser. That's akhsar. Okay? So you understand what ism al-tafdeel is? Why is it not akbara? Because that's not the form. The form of this noun is it is on the pattern of af'alu. Like the verb.
Yeah.
But don't confuse it with the verb.
Yeah.
So a'lamu can mean one of two things.
Oh.
A'lamu can mean
most
The most knowledgeable, it can also mean
I know.
I know. From alima ya'lamu a'lam. So don't get it confused.
Okay.
So Allah a'lamu, Allahu a'lamu means Allah is the most knowledgeable. Right? Allahu a'lamu. You ever heard a scholar say that? Wallahu a'lam.
Yeah.
Ever heard them say that? Allah is the most knowledgeable. What if I said Allah a'lamu? Try figuring that one out. Allah, not Allahu. Allah. So Allah a'lamu means I know Allah. Just by changing Allahu a'lam
That's crazy.
to Allah a'lam, we go from Allah is the most knowledgeable to I know who Allah is. Meaning is changed completely because of one harakah. Akbara does mean something. Akbara is a verb, Malik, from form 4.
Oh.
You guys remember how to make a form 4 verb? How? What? For past tense.
Yeah, I was getting mixed up.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is akbara. You put a hamza with a fatha before the root letters and you get a past tense form 4 verb. Akbara means to make something big.
Oh, right.
So can you just break the form down?
Huh?
The base for the form.
What'd you say?
Like form 1, form 2, form 3.
Should I what?
Just like braiding like a.
Bro, you got an Apple Pencil. You've written all of this down.
I just need to.
You've written it down.
I don't remember where
I accidentally jumped straight.
I'm waiting till you get organized, something. That's the day you'll become a genius.
Akbara, and it would be
You better.
kabara.
No, yukbiru.
Yukbiru.
Yukbiru. Remember form 4 has a kasra and form 2.
Oh, that's the. I'm
I
thinking
don't
of the past.
remember like that.
All right, guys, that's how we make superlative nouns. Now, here's the thing. The masculine singular is af'alu, like akbaru. The feminine singular is on the pattern of fu'la, like kubra. Kubra. What does kubra mean?
It would also mean
The biggest, talking about a girl or a female. So I can say al-Madinatul Kubra. What is al-Madinatul Kubra fil alami?
Medina is the biggest city in the
No,
world.
not Medina is. I need it Mawsuf Sifa. Al-Madinatul Kubra. The biggest city fil alam.
in the world.
Here, Hong Kong, Tokyo, right?
It's Tokyo.
Is Tokyo, right? I could say that. Similarly, many feminine names are on the pattern of fu'la. Many girls' names happen to be on the pattern of fu'la. Can anyone think of any? Yusra. What does that mean? What does Yusra mean?
Easiest.
Yeah, the easiest.
That's the girl's name?
Yeah, not the easiest test, like the most easygoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yusra means the most easygoing girl.
A name?
What other girls' names happen to rhyme with fu'la?
The girl's name?
Yes.
Nusra.
Nusra. What would Nusra mean?
The most helping.
The most helpful.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's. I don't know any girls with Nusra,
Oh,
but
for real?
hypothetically. What else?
Nusra.
No,
Asra.
no,
Someone's
no,
gonna name their kid Asra.
There's no Usra girls. Come on. Bushra.
Bushra.
Bushra. What's Bushra mean?
Yeah. The best news.
It could mean the yeah.
Sorry.
Bishara is news.
Yeah.
But Bushra has other meanings as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah. You'll have to look it up to find out.
Sure.
What other words do we know on the pattern of fu'la?
Adila.
Adila does not have dhamma. Fu'la.
Just trying to put letters in the bad position.
Come on.
I'm just throwing letters together.
Lubna. Very
Is that
good.
name?
That is
Yeah.
a name.
I've heard that name before.
Wait. It's Lebanon?
That's not Lebanon. That's
Does it
Lubnan.
come from Lebanon?
It does come from Lebanon.
It does?
Look it up, bro.
I have an idea, but it sounds
The whitest?
It sounds wrong. Oh, that makes a lot more sense of what I was thinking.
Right.
Imagine anything there.
Oh, the country, right?
Wait. It's form 4, right?
Oh, type of tree.
It's actually from a type of tree.
Okay. Isn't that there like pine trees? You know, like
It is.
Oh.
It's a tree that has a wax or a sap. Okay. I don't know. What is a snow bell,
Snow bell?
Snow.
Oh, isn't that like the
bro?
It's not even English.
snow bell?
What form is it?
Florida? It's on Florida.
Oh, it's a flower.
Lubna's a flower.
Snow bell is a flower.
That
Oh, okay.
7?
It's a white flower.
So maybe Lebanon and Lubna have the same relationship because Lebanon is white,
Yeah.
just like the flower. Maybe it means the whitest. Wallahu a'lam. Okay. What would Sughra mean?
The smallest.
What would Qurba mean?
I don't know. The closest?
The closest, right? The closest from Qarib. Qurba means the closest. What would Du'fa mean?
The weakest.
The weakest. Yeah. What would Ruhma mean?
Most merciful.
The most merciful and female form. Yeah.
Mercifulest.
What would Jumla mean?
Oh, it's the most beautiful.
The most beautiful.
Or is it?
Oh, really?
That's Jumlatun.
I was thinking about word.
Word.
Jumla.
So you guys get the idea of what an Ism Tabdeel is.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are more interested in learning about it? Go ahead. Huh?
Dunya.
Dunya is an Ism Tabdeel.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Dunya.
What does that mean?
Talk about the dunya, right?
Yeah.
It rhymes with Fu'la. What does dunya mean?
What-
Means one of two things.
Is it?
Okay. The first of them is that dunya comes from what root letters, guys? Think about it.
Well,
Dal,
Noon.
noon,
Yeah.
ya, or wow.
Yeah,
Okay?
at the end. Okay.
Yeah, wow or ya. It comes from dal, noon, wow, and dal, noon, and ya in two meanings. Dana yadnu with the wow means he came close. So what does dunya mean?
The closest.
The closest.
And this is the closest.
This is the closest life that
Yeah,
you're
that we know.
experiencing because you're in it.
Yeah.
We call it dunya because it's so close to you. Akhirah is far. Its opposite is far,
Yeah.
but this is close because you're right in it. You're in it, right? But dunya actually comes from daniya, yadna. What are the root letters in daniya? Yes, daniya means to be of complete zero value, like trash. But what does dunya mean?
The most valueless.
The most useless.
The most useless.
Oh.
The most valueless.
Yeah.
Like the kachara kundi in Urdu. The trash of trash. Right? It's where you throw. The dunya would be where the Arabs throw their filth. Alright? There actually would be their landfill. That's what it would be. And this dunya, that's what it is too. It's not worth your efforts. You don't want to stay here. You're not trying to build a mansion in a landfill. It's the worst place to try and build. And that's what the dunya is. Right? Yeah, we talked about that, which means to be close, right? And then daniya yadna, do you see that? If you keep reading, what does daniya yadna mean? Yes, what does it mean? Yes, base quality. Ah. So in Urdu and in Arabic we use a phrase.
What is dunya?
In Arabic and in Urdu and other, I think Malay too. I may be wrong about that. But we say adna.
Dunya is meant.
Adna means the lowest of low.
Dania is mint, right?
In Urdu?
Huh?
Dunya?
That's danya. Come on, you're fucked, bro. You're fucked, bro.
Hey, well, I said.
I never
I don't know. Sounds like
You say
Dunya.
heard in Malay?
Never.
I might be wrong. Actually, Malay and Arabic share a lot of words. A lot. Like all the days of the week in Arabic and Malay are the same.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Like,
Yeah. Malay and Arabic share a lot.
Like Ismin, right? Ismin.
Yeah.
I'm just a flop.
Lane's lexicon takes some getting, like, you know how I'm trying to, you have to learn how to use it. You got to go through the whole intro before you use it. All right, anyhow, we've talked about plenty of words. Dunya is the feminine and the masculine is adna, like af'alu. Adna means absolutely low of low. Like most base level thing. किसी इतना चीज भी नहीं दिया मुझे. In Urdu you'd say he didn't even give me the lowest of lows. But your fam doesn't have Urdu like that.
Yeah, that's
It's the poetic class. Okay. Anyhow, Ismu Tafdeel. Let's continue onwards. And before we just move on from it, because we came across it in our book, I just want you guys to look at some examples. Let's look at example number 1. Anyone remember what ba'du means? So, and it's always used as a mudaf. بعض الحيوانات أقوى من الإنسان. Can anyone tell me what that means?
Some animals are stronger than humans.
Very good. Some animals are stronger than humans. Aqwa. What's the word for stronger?
Qawi.
Qawi means strong. How do you say stronger?
Aqwa.
Aqwa. Very good. Okay. So this is an example of an ismu tafdeel.
In the feminine.
No. It's not fu'la. It's af'alu. Aqwayu.
Oh, why? Okay.
Which becomes aqwa.
Okay.
Look at number 2. Al-anbiya'u afdalu nasi.
The prophets are the best.
Afdal. What does afdal mean?
Superior. Most favored.
Most virtuous. A fadl of Allah is a virtue, a blessing, a bounty. So afdal means more bountiful, more virtuous, best. So afdalun nasi means yes, mudaf ilayh. So the prophets are
the most virtuous
of people. Afdalun nasi. How about Maryamu fudlan nisa'i? Maryamu fudlan. What's fudla?
That's the female.
Virtuous.
Most virtuous. So Maryamu fudlan nisa'i means
The most virtuous woman.
most virtuous of women. Very good. Number 4 says Ulaika hum khayrul bariyah. It's in the Quran, right? Inna alladhina suratul bayyina. Inna alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati. Those who believe and those who do good deeds. Ulaika. Who knows what ulaika means? Those are khayr. Anyone know what khayr means?
The best.
Yeah. So one thing we'll learn about is the word khayr in Arabic is an exception to the pattern, and the word khayr is still an ismu tafdeel, even though it doesn't look like it. So how do we translate khayr? Best. Or
most.
better.
Okay.
Better or best. Right? Khayrun min
Would be better.
would be better than, and khayrun without min means best. So khayrul bariyah, those are the best of. Bariyah means all of creation.
Oh.
Okay, they are the best of creation. All right, number 5, an-nisa'ul fudlayan. Don't worry about any of these.
Okay.
These are all the right side column are all advanced examples. You'd have to read the whole chapter to understand any of them. Okay. Anyhow, where were we? We were on akbaru. Madik, does that 20-minute tangent explain akbaru to you? Okay. Alhamdulillah. Tangents are what I live for. All right. ولما غابت الشمس في الليل قال إبراهيم لا هذا ليس بربي. Guys, you should be reading. Try it again.
غابت الشمس في الليل قال إبراهيم لا هذا ليس بربي.
Anyone know what lamma here means?
And when?
Negate?
No. And when?
Negate?
No. When?
غابت is it غابت?
Is it غابت?
It's a ghabat.
I had this conversation with somebody like
Exactly. I was like, well, you don't remember what we're talking about.
Is it past or present tense?
It is.
So what does lamma mean?
When?
When? So lamma ghabat ash-shamsu. By the way, we're pronouncing this ghabatish.
Yeah, غابت.
I know it's good,
Yes.
It threw me off that it's also that verb form.
Yeah,
It's just
it's weird. Yes. وَلَمَّا غَابَتِ الشَّمْسُ means
When the sun fades.
when the sun disappeared and faded fil layli
In the night.
into the night, at night. Fi here means at,
Yes.
right? Because we don't say in the night in
Yeah.
English, do we? I went in the night. right? So when the sun disappeared at night, قال إبراهيم, Ibrahim said, لا هذا ليس بربي. He said, no, this is not my Lord. Guys, try reading the next line for me.
Okay.
إن الله حي لا يموت
يموت.
لا يموت.
إن الله
لا
It's a weird one. Some weird words going on. Okay, let's start with the first one. Okay. In Allah. Why is it Allah? Can someone tell me that? Ism of inna is always in the nasab state. Alright, hayyun. Hayyun is a word that comes from which root letters? Ha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ha, yeah. Ha, yeah. The past tense actually is ha, yi, ya. Ha, yi, ya. Very weird and hard to say. Ha, yi, ya means he was alive. He was alive. Yeah, ha, yi, ya. Look it up if you don't believe me.
It sounds like hayya from
Yeah.
It sounds like what?
It sounds like hayya, when people are doing like karate or kung fu.
Hayya.
Oh, karate.
So he got jokes today.
Ask your father. Different cultures say differently. Yeah, that's what they culturally say.
That's true.
You can say simply, man, if someone makes a dua like that for you, hayyak Allah, you say wa iyyak. Alright. Ha, yeah. Actually, I shouldn't type it twice. But whatever. Ha, yeah. Did you guys find it? Hayya.
Oh my God.
Hayya. Yahya. Hayatun. الذي خلق الموت والحياة. What's hayat? Life. Hayya means to live. Very good. So, from that, we have a word called hayyun. It's a derived noun. Okay? Hayyun. Now, hayy, which you see here, means living, live, alive, lively, lusty, animated, active, energetic, unbroken, undaunted, undismayed, living being, organism, tribe, tribal community, block of an apartment, houses, section, quarter of a city, ward, district. It means all those things, and it doesn't mean snake. You said that last time. I actually got deja vu, and then I told you it's hayyatun, and you're like, oh yeah, remember that? Say, okay, so hayyun means alive, and hayyun is also used to mean refer to a place that's alive. And what place is alive? A place that has people. Yeah, so a hayy is a neighborhood. Okay, so when you live in the Arab world, they say anta fi ayyi hayy. Anta fi ayyi hayy. What does that mean? Fi
You're in what?
ayyi hayyin.
Which area?
In which neighborhood are you in? Which neighborhood are you in? So hayy can mean neighborhood. Hayyun also means alive. Inna Allah hayyun. Indeed, Allah is alive. La yamutu. Does not die. Inna Allah. Now, the next word is a hard one. This is a very advanced lesson in sarf, which I'm going to simplify and condense for you in 3 minutes. It's about thing. It is about thing. So you might just know it through hearing it. So I'm going to explain what happened real quick. Okay? The word ba alif qa, it comes from the 3 root letters ba, qaf, ya. Okay? Baqiya. Baqiya is our verb. What does baqiya mean?
To remain, to stay.
To remain, stay. Okay? What's the masdar? Baqa. Baqa is in the Quran? Yeah. So when someone passes away, what do you say? Baqa lillah means he remains. His existence is still remaining with Allah, but also his remaining here on earth is actually Allah's decision. Baqa'uhu lillah means him staying here, that's Allah's decision as well. Anyhow, we take these three root letters, ba, qaf, ya. Let me explain something that occurs in Arabic. This is going to be integral for you to understand, because Safi is going to come up again and again and again and again. Eventually, you'll get tired of having it explained to you. Let me explain how it works. Does anyone remember what an ismul fa'il is?
Yes. The ism, the noun form of a doer.
Good. How do we make an ismul fa'il?
You put a shadda on the second root letter.
No.
No.
Wait, you totally just pick one specific ismul fa'il from form
that's the one that's
2.
not what it means, right?
Sometimes it starts with a
I was thinking
meme
about
from
form
form 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
that's what we
10.
did recently.
You just put a meme dhamma on the
Dhamma.
present tense verb.
And then
But normal
that's
ismul
what-
fa'ils, how do we form
Is it
them?
the same form as fact?
It's the same form as fa'il.
Oh, that
For
makes
example, qatil means what?
The
Qatilun means
Kill.
killer. What does daribun mean?
A hitter?
A hitter, right? What does nasir? What does nasir mean?
Helper.
What does talib mean?
Student.
What does talaba literally mean?
Yes.
No,
A
yes,
seeker. A seeker.
yes. He asked, he sought, or he sought, he looked for. So talib means seeker. A student seeks knowledge. What does labis mean?
A wearer. Oh no, clothes.
No, libas is dresser.
Somebody who wears.
Someone who wears, right? Right? So the Prophet ﷺ said, labisul hariri. What does that mean?
We're of
Harir is silk.
Silk.
Right? So the one who wears silk will not wear it in the day in the akhirah from the men. Right? The one who wears gold will not wear it there. So that's an ismul fa'il. You all familiar with an ismul fa'il now?
Yes.
Okay? So now that we know that, I want you to make an ismul fa'il with the root letters here.
Ba.
No.
Ba,
Baqiyun.
baqi.
Yun.
Okay. Baqi yun. Weird.
Oh, so the yab becomes a kasra.
So what the Arabs do is that what the Arabs do then is, because this is a weak letter at the end with the tanween, they don't like that.
Yeah.
They take the tanween part and they give it to the previous letter.
Yeah. So baqin.
So you give the double tanween to the qaf before, and you're left with
Baqin.
baqin.
Oh.
We're not giving the dhamma. We're
Yeah.
just giving the tanween.
Wait.
Okay?
Okay.
Basically, it's simple. Let me explain why. Because look, normally we write tanween like this, but tanween can also be written like this.
Okay. And we the letter before. Okay. And since the letter before had kasra, it's kasra then.
Right? Aren't these the same, Shamrays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just delete the yeah. What do you get?
Baqin.
Oh.
Ah.
That's really what's
That's the
happening.
easy way to explain it.
That's really what's happening.
So
Okay.
doesn't really have
why
anything
did they
does
do
that
that?
have anything to do with the yab? Like if it was a wow, tanween would be if it was an alif.
Nah, the wow would also get deleted.
Or would the tanween become tanween dhamma, or would
No, it's stay kasra. It's stay
I'm not
kasra.
talking about this word.
Yeah. Oh, can you say that again?
Like, we're not talking about this word.
I know. So let's imagine instead of baqi one, we had something that ended in a wow, right? Like let's imagine adi one
Adi one would be adin.
would become adin.
But why?
I just explained
They
it.
just don't like it.
They don't want the weak letter at the end to have a tanween. They hate the tanween on a weak letter at the end of a noun.
Oh yeah, because the dal has sort of
Yeah, don't ask me why the Arabs did that. They did it. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you what they
So it has
did.
to do with the word, the letter before them.
It
If
has.
it was ad, that one, for instance, it would be ad.
There is no ada one.
Theoretically.
Okay, so if it was adawun, they still wouldn't say adawun. They would say adan. Yeah. The last letter haraka is based on the last. Yeah. Okay. Now, basically, baqin was originally baqiyun, and then we just get rid of the ya part, and what are you left with? Baqin. Because the tanween is just the noon. The tanween isn't the ya's haraka. The tanween is a noon after the ya. Do you get it? Yeah, the notification. As we learned. Okay. There are many words like this. Like, I don't want to get into them right now. We don't have time for that. But baqin isn't ismul fa'il. What does baqin therefore mean? It's an ismul fa'il, right?
Yeah, so the one who remains.
Very good. So in Allah baqin means indeed Allah is the one who remains. Allah is the one who ultimately remains. Yes. Yes. Allah's not, the one that's present always. Yes. Good way to look at it. Yeah.
So ismul fa'il is the one who does something.
Yeah.
And then there's also a word for the one who does the most of it. Right? Or is that also ismul fa'il?
Ismul tafdeel.
Oh, right.
We just did that.
Yeah, we did.
When baqa in this context means like Allah remains.
Yeah. Allah is the one who remains.
It's killer.
Yeah, because
But it's not baqa. Remember, it's baqin.
It's the most killer.
But so.
It's baqin.
Oh, because you took out the.
Yeah, I got rid of the ya.
Indeed, Allah is the one who
Remember,
remains.
it's actually baqiyun. I got rid of the ya, and I took its double haraka and gave it to the previous letter.
So you added a kasra like.
Yeah, I added another kasra under the qaf. Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, that's what happened. It's weird. We'll get into the details of why that happens later,
No
inshallah.
one's the one I know.
But I just want you to understand what the word is.
It sounds good.
All right. So by the way, here's where it gets really fun, guys. Guys, what state is baqiyun in?
Marfu'.
So what state is baqin in?
Marfu'.
Yes. Baqin is in the rafa'at state.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the weird states that will come up, inshallah, of weak words like this that actually lose some of their original letters. How do you figure out the real state? That's where it gets a little bit tricky. But inshallah, as long as you understand nasab, jar, and rafa with everything we've learned so far, that's not a very hard jump. In Allah baqin la yaghibu. Anyone know what la yaghibu means? He does not disappear. Very good. What's the past tense of yaghibu? We just did it. Ghaba. Very good. So yaghibu. Ghaba, yaghibu. What are the root letters? Ghain, yeah. There's no alif root letter in Arabic. Ghain, yeah. But there is no such thing as alif, alright? Just pretend it's not real. Pretend there's no such thing as alif.
Okay.
It's not a real letter in that it's not pronounced. It doesn't, like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just a vowel. Just a mud. Just a mud type letter, okay? There's hamzas.
Yeah.
There's no alif.
Yeah.
Alif's not a real letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best I can say it.
Yeah. I like that.
That's how I just like remembered in my head.
Yeah.
It's not totally accurate, but I just say alif's a fake letter.
How do you know when to replace it with the or
Replace what?
like when you call if you said that you letter here,
Yeah, how do I know that it's not wow?
yeah. Oh,
I would have to know.
okay.
I have to look it up.
So for sure it's not
Like in qala, it's not wow. It's wow. It's not yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, but we also learned that there's a qala that's qaf ya la. Remember that?
Hila.
No, the past tense is qala, which means he took a nap.
You took a nap.
Remember, man qala qala Allahu faqad kafa.
Oh, that.
Remember that riddle?
Yeah, that riddle. Yeah, he was.
You forgot. You forgot. It's okay. It's okay. Put it in your box of your forgotten stuff.
Yeah.
It's a big box.
I don't know.
It's a big box. So, ghabatun is a forest.
Does that come from the same?
Yeah, it comes from the same thing.
Because you get lost in a
Because
forest.
in the forest, things go missing.
Yeah.
Ghaba means missing, right? From the action. So, a ghaba in Arabic is a forest. And how amazing is that? In English, forest doesn't tell you any information about a forest.
Yeah.
Ghaba tells you about to get lost.
That's so cool.
So Arabic is a pragmatic language. It's supposed to tell you what the purpose of things is. The forest, the purpose is for you to get lost. Okay? Don't go there unless you're trying to get lost. In Arabic, we have words that describe sikeen. Like sikeen means knife.
Oh.
Knife. Sikeen comes from sukun.
Yeah.
Sukun means what?
Tranquility and peace.
Tranquility and peace. So you want to put somebody to peace? You want to give someone eternal peace? You need a sikeen. And you will put them to peace for good.
Sakeen is knife.
Okay? So words in Arabic have this effect. They're pragmatic, they're practical, they tell you what the purpose of something really is at its core. You could embellish it and say, lance, and you could call it a, scimitar, you could call it a long sword, you could call it whatever. In Arabic, it's gonna give you sukoon. That's what's important. It's gonna put somebody to sukoon for good. Okay? So in Arabic, the language, it's gonna put them to peace by killing them.
Oh.
Get it? R.I.P. That's what it does. It puts you in R.I.P. So, anyhow, what yaghibu is the present tense of ghaba. Ghaba means to disappear. Yaghibu means is disappearing. We have other verbs that have this weird construction. Like the past tense has an alif in the middle letter, which it wasn't originally an alif, which was a ya as well. Another example is ba'a in the Quran. Ba'a. Ba'a alif ayn, which was actually ba ya ayn. Anyone know what ba'a means? He sold. He sold. Ba'a means he sold. What's the present tense of ba'a? Yabiru. It's in the Quran, right? Where is it in the Quran?
That's hard. I know.
ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع. That's the masdar, bro.
Okay, that's hard.
You should have known.
That's the one I was thinking about. When I was like, I don't know.
إنما البيع مثل الربا.
Yeah.
What does the ayah mean?
They say that buying and selling.
Buying is selling.
Just selling.
Selling
Just selling is like riba.
is like
But
riba.
Allah forbade riba made selling halal.
Yes. وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. So they used to say riba and buying and selling is the same thing. Interest and business, same thing. In interest, you're selling money for money. In bear, you're selling stuff for money. At the end of the day, you're getting money for something in return. Or you're giving money for something in return, or you're taking money in exchange for a commodity. They tried rationalizing that interest and business are the same thing. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, they're not the same. So, yabi'u means to sell, yaghibu means to get lost. Inna Allah baqin la yaghibu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what did baqin mean?
Remains.
Remains is the one who remains. La yaghibu, he does not disappear. Inna Allah qawiyyun. What does qawiyyun mean?
The stronger.
Strong. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is strong. La yaw. You got it, Arif. Say it loud, man.
Yaghlibuhu.
Yes, very good. La yaghlibuhu. I don't know why you made a mansub. You said yaghlibahu.
Oh, I don't know.
Yaghlibu. What is yaghlibu? What are the root letters? Ghalaba. What does ghalaba mean? Ghalaba. No one knows ghalaba? We gotta look it up, ya Allah.
Is it
Urdu ka lafz hai bhai, ghalba.
Is it wrong?
That's Urdu, bro. Isn't it in the Quran so much? Surah Al-Rum? What's ghalaba?
They will achieve
To subdue. What is what?
Conquer, yeah.
Conquer or defeat. So, ghulibat al-Rum means Rome was conquered. You know what's funny? You know what's interesting? Ghulibat al-Rum means Rome was conquered. But was Rome conquered at the time?
No.
Did the Prophet ﷺ conquer Rome? No. But Allah said it in past tense.
Yeah.
And in past tense in Arabic, it doesn't only mean past tense. It means future tense if there's zero doubt Because past tense in English is also called perfect tense.
Right.
Perfect means there's no doubt. It happened. غُلِبَتِ الرُّومُ means without a doubt Rome is to be conquered. And Allah even gave the time span in the Quran. فِي أَدْنَى الْأَرْضِ وَهُمْ in the lowest of lands. Remember Adna? I told you Adna, Dunya, Adna. Fi Adna, in the lowest of lands, which is actually interesting because Rome at the time inhabited the land that actually had the lowest sea point under sea elevation. Literally the lowest point of earth, and that wasn't scientifically known at the time. وَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ غَلَبِهِمْ سَيَغْلِبُونَ فِي بِضْعِ سِنِينَ. Then Allah gave the time period. How many years it would take? 7 to 9 years. And it took exactly that amount of time before Rome was conquered. So, of course, the Quran is filled with much.
Exactly, bro.
So, لا يغلبه شيء. What does لا يغلبه شيء mean?
Nothing conquered.
Where'd you get nothing? What does شيء mean?
Anything,
Something.
Thing. So, where do we get nothing here? La means no.
No thing.
No something, which means nothing. Right? Nothing what? Nothing conquers Allah, nothing subdues Allah, nothing defeats Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, we'll continue from here in our next section. Bismillah. Subhanallah bihamdihi. Subhanakallah bihamdihi. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.
It's shay'an.
Shay'un,
Right?
the doer.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, because yaghlibu. Okay.
Who is doing the conquering?
And then the lamir is the maf'ul bihi. Right. So when the lamir is attached to a verb, it becomes the maf'ul bihi.
What did you say? When a damir is attached to a verb, it's always a referred to.
Maf'ul bihi.
Yes.
And so shay'an is the fa'il.
Not shay'an.
Sorry.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got it.
You getting it?
Yes.
It's so interesting. If the Quran simply said يُغْلَبُ الرُّومُ,
Yeah.
He's going to.
It could have been any time. It could have been anything. You know. Like,
no, it could be like it's
more-
probably going to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Give me that unpeeled.
But
Yeah. It's,
Allah-
like, it's gonna. It's happened already. It's done.
It's done.
I don't people don't know about it. Oh yeah, for sure.
People don't know because who's gonna study what a fi'l madhi does to the meaning, bro? Can you put that in English? Can you put that in a translation of the Quran? The translation of the Quran is just gonna say Rome will be conquered.
They should just go. If you don't know what the Quran means, go learn your.
Yeah, the English translation will just say Rome will be conquered, but that's not what the Arabic says.
Or they'll do like the footnote thing.
Yeah, Rome
Rome was conquered, footnote 1, and then it says